And welcome back to the Crochet Crowd with my friends at yarnspirations.com. Another free pattern is called the Crochet Lemon Stitch. This is called the Extra Lemon Baby Square Blanket. We also have a rectangle version of this. It's on our website if you're interested in that. So what we have here, it's only 3 balls of Caron cakes. This is berries and cream of the color that you see. I think this yarn has been discontinued as far as the coloring because this was actually done back in 2019. So on camera, I'm going to use Red Heart Super Saver Biddy Stripes just as demonstration. There was a video like this before already on the system, but people said that I was too quick, so I'm going to refilm today. So you're gonna see that there's a free pattern available to you. Once you get through the repeat, you just repeat over and over, and it's a nice, easy pattern in order to continue. So let's begin, and let's start off right from the very beginning. So let's begin. I'm going to use Caron cakes here, and I'm using a 5mm size H crochet hook. And we're going to create a slip knot to begin. And the center is unique in this particular format in order to get our stitches established. This is here on purpose because I want to place that at the end of this round. You're going to chain 2, and everything is going to be second chain from the hook going around the second chain from the hook. So to start going around, you're going to go single crochet, second chain from the hook, and then chain 2, that's your first corner, and then second chain from the hook again. Go right up over top of the straggler to trap it underneath, chain 2, single crochet again into the corner, or to the second chain from the hook, and then chain 2 and single crochet it again. Now, the way that Jeanne designs this stuff is that the blankets have a tendency to have the interior do a swirl. So what happens is that she does a half double crochet join to the top and then carries on. If you prefer just to chain 2 and then carry on, that's up to you. I find it is better though. So you should have 1 single crochet here, 1 here, here, and there should be chain 2 spaces. So the half double crochet join to the top of the first single crochet is the equivalent of a chain 2 space. And you're going to use that post as a space. Pull up on a loop, just in case it's important for you, it may be. I want you to grab a spare piece of yarn or a stitch marker and just go in behind a stitch and pull through. And when you see this tail, you're going to say to yourself, that's the right side of the work. Okay, so if you see the other side, this is the wrong side. So at the end of this, I need you to turn to the wrong side of the work. Okay, and we're going to begin round number 2. Most of these rounds is like a crunch stitch, but it's called the extra lemon stitch. And what it is that it's a single, double, and it's a combination to create texture that is so small, but it's nice. And so when you start this round, you're going to chain up 1, and you're going to go around the half double crochet post because that's equivalent of a chain 2 space, and single crochet. So if this is single, the next one has to be a double. Here's a tip though. The one on below is a single crochet, so the one on top of it that I'm about to place has to be a double crochet in order to keep the texture. And we're already into the next space of a corner. So the corners are going to be a single crochet, chain 2, and a single crochet. So if this last one was a single, the first one has to be a double coming out, okay? And that happens to be sitting on top of a single. Okay, and you're already into a new corner again. So you're gonna be single, chain 2, and single. First one's out, it has to be a double. And then you're back on a new corner. So you got single, chain 2, and single. Okay, now you got the next one here, has to be a double. And then you got your last corner where you started, so it has to be a single. And instead of doing a chain 2 and joining it, you just do a half double crochet join to the first single. If you went up over top of the straggler like I did here, then you could just trim that down, get that out of your face. And then when you're done that, just turn your project back around to the right side of the work and begin round number 3. Round number 3. So just remember, it's always a single, double combination. So when you start, you're going to chain 3. And in the corner, which is the half double crochet join that you did, you're going to start with a single. So if that one's single, the first one out has to be a double, but if you look below, it is a single, so it needs to be a double. So it's the opposite stitch that sits on top of the stitch below. So see how it looks bunched up? This is a double, so this one has to be a single. And the next one's a single, so it has to be a double. And then you're in your corner. So the corner is going to be a single crochet, and just to let you know, because the last one was a double, it has to be a single. Like, there's no choice about that in order to keep this texture proper. So the corner is single, chain 2, and single. So when you start a new side, it's going to be a double first, and then a single, and then a double, and then you got your corner again. So a single, chain 2, and single, and then come across again. So if this is single, the first one out has to be a double. And so the next one's a single. And I know this might sound confusing for you, jumping between the two types of stitches, but with experience, it gets pretty easy. It's like people with knitting with the rib stitching. They get used to doing a knit stitch and a purl stitch. So in the corner, single, chain 2, single, and then coming across on your final side is going to be a double, a single, and a double. Okay, and then you're going into your final corner. So it's going to be a single, and then you're joining it to the top of the first with the half double crochet join. And then you're going to turn your work and begin row number 4. So moving forward, I'm going to have a little bit more simplicity for you. So number 4 is the same as number 3. So you've turned it around. You're now looking at the wrong side of the work. You're going to just chain 1 and start with a single. So if the first one's single, the next one automatically has to be a double. And then the next one has to be a single. And you keep alternating between the two all the way to the next corner. The stitch before a corner should always be a double crochet that is on top of the single. And then you're into your corners of 1 single crochet, chain 2, and 1 single crochet. So if this is a single that we just finished that corner with, the first one has to be a double. So please do this all the way around for round number 4. So I'm just coming around the final side, alternating between the two. So where people screw up the most is when they finish a round, is that they accidentally apply an extra stitch because it looks like there's an extra stitch. So after my last double is in, we know that their double has to be before a corner. People think that this joining spot is an extra stitch and they'll put in a single and then they'll put it in the corner. So they're actually increasing a stitch every time they're going around. So make sure the last one is a double, and then you proceed right to the final corner, and then you just join. So it's a single in the final, and join with a half double crochet join, and turn your work, and let's begin the next round. Okay, round number 5 is going to be the ending before we start an actual repeat of this whole pattern. So number 5, after you've turned it and you're looking at the right side of the work, you chain 1 and single crochet into the first corner. We'll finish that on the way back. So just like we did before, the first one has to be a double and a single and a double. And it's going to get easier for you to identify the stitches in time if you're relatively new. You can leave me a comment about that if you care to on the video. So you keep alternating between the two, and the last one before corner should be a double crochet if the sequence is right, and then you turn your corner of 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet. Please go all the way around for round number 5 because the story is going to change in number 6. At the end of number 5, I'm going to go right to my corner and then join with a half double crochet join to the first single crochet. So as we turn into round number 6 through 15 is the repeat, and we're going to begin and turn around. Round number 6 and 8 always has to be done on the back side of the work. So we've already turned, we're looking at the wrong side. We're about to do what is called this faux popcorn, where we're going to make, instead of a double crochet, we're going to do a treble. And by doing a treble, what's going to happen is that we are going to make those stitches squat even more, giving even more texture on the front side of your blanket. When you start round number 6, you are going to start off and you are going to chain 1 and single crochet into the corner. So normally what we've been doing is that when we come out and start, we start with a double, single, double. This time we're going to do a treble. So we start with the treble instead. So the stitch is even taller, and the next one is still a single. So the double crochets have been switched out for trebles. So we do a treble, so we wrap twice. And you'll see what this looks like in just a moment. So then a single to the next. So wrap twice in treble. Then a single to the next. So we keep doing that all the way to the corner. What should this stitch be before you hit a corner? That's right, it should be a treble. So before it was a double, but because the trebles are being substituted for double, the last one before a corner should be a treble. So your corners will be what you already know it to be. So you're going to put in 1 single crochet, chain 2, and 1 single crochet. And then you proceed again. So normally we would have started off with double, but we're substituting. So the first one is a treble, and then a single, and you keep alternating between the two. So please do round number 6, and I'll meet you back here at the end in just a moment. At the end of number 6, you're just going to join it to the beginning with a single crochet. At the end of number 6, you'll have a single crochet in the final one of the join. So the last one before that was a treble, as you know. And so you'll still do a half double crochet join to join that. Turn the work back to the right side and look at the difference. So you've just changed it from double crochet to single, and now it's treble to single, and look at the difference. It's great. So now we're going to begin round number 7. So if it's not one of these big rounds here, it's just what you already know from before. So round number 7 is just chain up 1 and single crochet into the corner. So this one here, we can see it's a single, so we're going back to the double combination. So it'll be a double, and then a single is sitting on top of the treble, and then a double, and then a single. So the trebles are a bit taller, so you may have to just look for the top of that if you don't see it. So you might just have to bend it forward so you can get your hook into it. And you'll keep alternating between the 2 stitches all the way to the corner. So what should the stitch be before the corner? That's right, it should be a double crochet. That's been the biggest question of this whole project. So it's a double, and so we hit our corner. It's going to be a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and then we start again. So if this is the single that we can see, we normally just would start off with a double anyway. So it's a double and a single, and you keep repeating that around. So you've already done this before, it's just the row below looks different, and the yarn is about to transition to a different color for me. And so the yarn, as you see it in the project itself, is changing color naturally on its own. I'll be right back at the end of this round. Coming up to the round number 8, so the last one's got to be a double, keeping sequence, going into the final corner and join with a half double crochet join. So we're going to turn to the wrong side of the work, we can tell, and move on to number 8. Round number 8. So it's the same as number 6, so it's going to have these trebles. So we just chain up 1 and single crochet into the corner. So normally we would start off with a double, but because this is round number 8, it's going to be a treble, and then a single and a treble. So it's what you already know in round number 6. I'll get you to the first corner in just a second. So you don't hear me counting because I don't need to. My hands naturally want to do the sequence, yeah, but that takes a bit of practice, and that's something that you can work on. Okay, so the last stitch before the corner should be a treble. And then the corners will be a single, chain 2, and single, and you start off a fresh side, so start off immediately with the treble, and then a single, and etc. Do this all the way around for round number 8. Finishing off round number 8, it's a treble right before the end, and single, and then join with the half double. Okay, let's turn our work back to the right side of the work. And so now you see 2 layers, and it just happened to change color on the second time, but that's just, you know, where it happens. So we're going to begin round number 9. Round number 9, looking at the right side of the work, just chain up 1 and apply 1 single crochet into the corner. And we're back to using double crochet again. So the first one out has to be a double, and then a single, and then a double, and a single. So you'll do this all the way around. Your corners are what you already know. It's single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and you'll be doing this. So this is the same as round number 5 if you want to be technical about it. So please do this around for round number 9. The end of number 9, the last one should be a double crochet before you go into a corner as always, and then just join, half double crochet, join to the top. Let's turn our work and let's begin round number 10. Round number 10, chain up 1 and do 1 single crochet into the corner. So you already know what to do. It's double crochet in the first, and then a single into the next, and double and single. And you're going to do this all the way around. Your corners are the same, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Please complete this around for round number 10. End of number 10, the last one is a double that's in, go into your corner, single crochet, and join with the half double crochet join to the top of the first single. Turn your work, you're back to the right side of the work. Let's do number 11. Round number 11 is what you already know. It's just chain up 1, 1 single into the corner. It's going to be starting with a double in the next one, and then a single, and double, and etc. You've already done this, and you'll be doing this around for number 11. So please do this same sequence around, and I'll be right back at the end of number 11 in just a moment. Coming up at the end of number 11, the last one obviously will be a double crochet, single into the final corner, and half double crochet join. We're going to turn our work and move on to round number 12. Round number 12 is what you already know, so you just chain up 1, 1 single crochet in the corner, and then you'll put in a start with your double and single. You've done this before, and then a double and single, and etc. Do this all the way around for round number 12, and I'll be right back in a moment. The end of number 12, here we go, single crochet in the final corner and a half double crochet to the top. I had several complaints on the original video that we did that I should have gone all the way through the sequence, so just to show what it will look like, and so that's what I'm doing. So let's move on to number 13. So make sure it's turned to the right side of the work. Round number 13, same as what you just did, so chain up 1, 1 single crochet in the first, and then start with your double, and then your single, and double, and single, and handle your corners the same way, and meet me at the end of the round for round number 13. At the end of lucky number 13, you're just going to put in a single crochet into the final corner and just join it and turn your work now. And when you join it, you should actually pull the yarn through. And we're going to flip to the wrong side and begin lucky number 14. Lucky number 14, just chain up 1, apply your single into the corner, and the same with what you already know, so double, single, and double, single, and you keep doing this to the corner. So obviously you'll end up with a double crochet before a corner, do your corner, and then just maybe at the end of this round, lucky number 14. The end of number 14, just single crochet into the final corner, join it, and you are going to be turning around and going on to round number 15, which will be the end of the sequence. Let's do number 15 next. Number 15, here we go, chain up one single crochet into the corner, and a double into the next, and then single, and etc. Please do this all the way around for round number 15, and then we'll talk about our sequence, and then I will show you the border that is completed for this blanket at the end of that. So coming around on number 15, coming into the corner and join with a half double crochet. So we use video chapters in our channel here, and what that means is that if you go to the video description, you'll see a time marker for the different rounds, and you can just click that time to take you back. And so you're going to repeat rounds number 6 through 15 4 more times in order to do the baby blanket. If you'd like to make it bigger, you can keep repeating that over and over. At the end of when you're ready, we have a very simple border that will be applied, and we are going to do that next. So without turning your work at the end of 15th round, keep the right side facing up, and you are just going to just chain up one and apply a single crochet in each stitch all the way around. So you're going to apply 3 single crochets into a corner, if you have a corner, okay, which I do right now, and then it will just be 1 single crochet in each of the stitches all the way to the next corner, and then put 3 single crochets into that corner, and etc. So you'll go all the way around, and you will join with the slip stitch to the beginning single crochet to complete this. And so what this is that you'll have the texture. This is called the lemon peel stitch that you see here. It's also called the crunch stitch, and you have the repeating. So the next time you are doing your sequence again, if you did it, it's round number 6, so you start off here. And so it's important that you're maintaining your back and forth, but I think you've got it by now. That's it for today, and we hope that you've enjoyed. Bye-bye.